What is up, everybody? Got a new camera here. And I got a bunch of bottles. I'm actually going to be making some ABS slurry and some ABS glue for the new boats. See if we can get the chats up here. What's up, Anthony? I haven't seen you in forever. Beaver Production in the house. What's up, brother? My audio, had to secure that over there. What's up, Thompson RC? Welcome in. Let's see what we got in here. So we got some 3D printed parts. Got to do some cleanup on it. So basically the ABS glue that I'm going to make is using acetone. And then we use some scrap ABS, or I've got some filament that we can cut up and put in there. So we're going to work on that. Need the glue so I can glue this all together. And then the slurry I'm going to use to kind of fill in any imperfections. Now you can take acetone on a rag and kind of put it on there to kind of smooth it out. We may try that also. Anthony says, been racing up north, trying to stay out of the heat. Let's link up. Yeah, for sure, Anthony. We're going to have to link up soon. You got to try to make it out to the AZRC Bashers in October. They're doing their bash. That we can link up there. I think Adam's also going, so we'll see him there, and Derek. What's up, Hot Rod? Welcome in. Thanks for coming in, brother. So before I get into doing any kind of work on this, I need to get these two glues and slurries put together. And basically with the ABS acetone, it'll actually soften it and melt it. So with mixing that in with some of the scrap ABS, and then you get it all mixed up in here, and then you let it set for 24 hours, it turns into a paste. Now, whatever color of filament that you put in it is pretty much the color that it's going to be here. So using it as a glue, I've heard bonds your pieces as you're gluing it together a lot better than using like super glue or epoxy. I do have some epoxy as some backup if I need it. But I wanted to try out this glue and see how it does, because it actually melts those pieces that you put it on and fuses them together and creates an even seal all the way around. And that'll be better being that it's going all the way across the bottom of the boat. So we're going to get both of these mixed up and we'll have them ready to go. Now, let's see what we got here. I have that set to grams. So I kind of got a guide here on how to make it. So the first one we're going to do is the glue. And it's telling me that I need 50 milliliters of acetone in the container. And I do have a setting here for milliliters. So what I think I can do is put my container on here and then zero it out. There we go. Sweet, Anthony. I look forward to seeing you out there. It'll be awesome. It's been a while since we've seen you. See if we can. There we go. Child-proof. Need. Huh, it just pops off. All righty. See if we can do this without making a mess. $45. There we go, 50 milliliters. So, put that back on. I need to get, hold on, I need to get a rag. Kind of clean this up here. Do a, yeah, we're still setting at 50 milliliters on this one. All right, and then I've got my little label printer. I'm going to print out a label because this is going to be the slurry or the glue. Clear. Okay. A, B, S. Is it freaking typing or what? Oh, it's all in lowercase letters. Go figure. A, B, S. Blue. Print. Are you going to print? Copies. Oh, I need a battery. Who let the batteries go out on this thing? It's a good thing I got more AAA batteries. What's up, Nitro Freak? Welcome in, brother. Looks like everybody's saying hello to each other. Look what the Looney Tunes drug in. Hot Rod. Now I do, if this gets too boring, I do plan on opening the panel up. If anybody wants to jump up and talk while I'm making this stuff, I'm good at that. If anybody does want to come up, just let me know. I'll drop a link. Need a package of batteries. But Really didn't have any other topic other than talking a little bit about the boats. What's up, Poker Rossi? Welcome in, brother. I've already, some of you guys have already missed it, but I did kind of show the boats. If you give me a minute, I'll show them to you again. I've got the holes here. I don't have all the rest of the stuff, but I do have the holes. And what I am making is some ABS glue and ABS slurry out of acetone and ABS PL or 3D printed material. So normally you would use like some scrap for it. I don't necessarily need to because I actually have some more ABS here. And instead of trying to figure out all of the scrap that I have, I'm just going to cut off some of it to weigh it on my scale here to get to the right amount of weight that I need and put it in. I've already measured out for the glue. I needed 50 milliliters of acetone, so we got that measured out. Hey, it works. All right, so we've got a label. We are going to get the label installed on this so we know what we got. So now look at that. It says ABS glue. So we'll get the glue going first before I start working on the slurry. Now the difference is the glue I'm going to use to actually put the pieces together. So after I get these cleaned up, there is a little lip that's on it. If you guys can see right here, this little lip, I'm going to put that ABS glue all the way around. And then it goes right into there. And then we push it in, hold it into place, give it a little bit to dry, and it'll fuse and melt those two pieces together. And then we'll end up with this, the hull to the RC boat. There is some cleanup that I still need to do on it. There's some supports back here I need to remove. I need to trim up these edges of where it was sitting on the 3D printer like this. So you got to clean all that up. Once I get the two pieces glued together, I'm going to work on smoothing them out. You can see some of the issues with the 3D print. You can see the lines. You can see some little bubbling that happened up there on the front incline. So I'm going to have to smooth all that out. I can actually do that with just using some acetone on a rag, because the acetone will soften it up and it'll let it start to smooth. Now, because of the type of motor, and now that I see it, I understand how this works. So you can kind of see there is this chamber that's right here on the side. So actually water goes all the way through it. So as the boat is going through the water, it has these holes right here, if you guys can see. So it brings water in here, allows that chamber to fill up, and it's completely open back here for when it's in the water. So what that does for you is you got the motor, and it's an electric motor, and you know how the motor turns one direction, right? So it creates some torque. This chamber on the other side keeps weight on this side, so the motor is turning the opposite direction of that chamber, so it keeps the boat level. Now, there is some talk in the forums about this of, has anybody built one without having the flood chamber? I think the only way you would be able to do that is adding the adequate weight on the opposite side of the motor to get it to not, if not, you're going to end up with a spinning boat going through the water. You got to have some kind of something that's going to counter-react the weight difference. So there we go. We'll let the boat set over there in the corner. Still waiting on the rest of the parts to go up here. There's a cover that goes on the top of this, and then on top of that cover is where the two figurines that mount there that I'm going to get painted up. It's got a cage. It's got a little fake motor that comes off of the back. And then you have the whole injector piece that goes on the back here. That's basically, they don't really make too many boats like this. And when they designed this, when they said it's the first ever boat that does this, but it does it just like a speedboat does, where it's sucking water in. It's got this gearing system that opposes each other that pushes the water out. So it shoots the water out the back and gets the boat to, so it's a true jet boat. So it's not propellers that actually turn this thing. See here, Hot Rod says that Jeremy T needs that glue to glue his lawnmower back together. Well, I don't know, Jeremy. We might be able to 3D print something for that. All right, so we got 6 people in the house, 6 thumbs up. I appreciate all you guys. Don't forget to share me out. Madness Comic Network's in the house. Thanks for stopping by, brother. So I don't think I'm going to do any of this work on the live stream on the actual boat itself, because I'm going to be creating a whole video on that. But I figured I needed to get some supplies together and need to get this built. So now that I got that measured out, I need approximately 100 centimeters of ABS filament, or 8 grams of ABS scrap. So we can kind of try to figure it out by the grams. If I zero it out, we're still set on milliliters. Let's get to grams. Zero it out. And let's see what we got going on here. Let's just cut a chunk of this off. That didn't even register. Guess we'll see how much of this I'm going to need. Let's cut some chunks off. Ooh, so that's 4 grams right there. So my buddy Alan was gracious to give me some of this, the leftover for printing all the blue stuff that we needed to use to make the slurry. Oh. $8 grams. There we go. We got that portion. Corner Clubhouse in the house. Thanks for showing in. All right. So it says here that snip the filaments into small pieces to open up the surface areas to the acetone and allow it to dissolve quicker. All right, so basically what we need to do is cut this up into tiny pieces. So we will try. We're going to do a lot of cutting. Thinking I probably should have worn my glasses. So it is going to have a little bit of gas with it once it starts melting this ABS. And we have to kind of like burp the bottle every once in a while, just to let the gases evaporate or escape, I should say. This is my first time ever doing one of these slurries. That's why I'm reading the directions over here on how to do it, or the glue. The slurry, I imagine, is going to be a little bit more filament needed to make it, because it's going to be a little bit more goopier than the glue, I think. But we'll see. I haven't read down to how much. The slurry is almost like a putty. So yeah, so how we had to have 8 grams for this, for the slurry, it says we need 20 grams of filament or leftover chunks of ABS, which I do have some pieces in there I could probably throw in to kind of use less of this filament up. You can kind of already see it kind of doing its work. As soon as I get it cut up, I'll see if you guys can see it on the camera, but you can see it's kind of turning blue on in the container. Oh, Magnus, you got a few minutes before your next show. Well, I appreciate you stopping in, saying hi to everybody. Hey, Madness, here's the RC boat in the process. I've got 2 more of them in the bag that I'm going to be working on also. We're not going to be doing it on a live stream. We're going to be doing it into an actual video. Oh, Hot Rod, are you going after Nitro again? Yeah, the water's turning into like a blue Kool-Aid. It's like I went to a fancy bar to order a shot. So anybody else planning on going live today? I just wanted to do this. I figured it'd be some good content for people to see this actually being made. And then it's going to be used on this project in my video. Don't drink the Kool-Aid, Hot Rod says. No, I am not drinking the Kool-Aid. There would be no more SK Hobbies. You got invited to a Rumble show to talk about Roku. Oh, yeah, cool. Sweet. What are we up to on sponsorships for that, Madness? If you guys don't already know, I am probably going to be doing the Roku thing too. I don't know where Nitro sets on it, but with talking with and seeing about everything, it doesn't seem like, even if my show is a complete failure on Roku, I'm only going to be out $75. So with a rolling the dice to see if any of it actually pans out, we will see. Being that most of my content, except for my live streams, I do outside of YouTube on my own editing software, I will probably be posting it to Roku first, and then it'll be going on to YouTube. I have all of my footage from my previous stuff that I uploaded to YouTube all saved on my computer, so I will be able to actually go in and edit that to get up on Roku. But needless to say, no matter who gets up and goes and does it, there will be shout outs on all of my videos to everybody that I work with on a day-to-day basis, and that's including our Nitro Freak family. See if you guys can see what the blue Kool-Aid looks like. You want to set? As my channel gets taken down. All right. I'm wondering, like, with the 8 grams that I'm putting into this, on how much this is filling up, I'm wondering what over double of this is going to actually do. Hopefully my jar is going to be big enough. I got a it's a I think it's 4 milliliters. No. It's 4 liters. No. How big are these jars? I got the 4 right. It's 4 ounces. So I got the 4 ounce little jars. So hopefully with doing the slurry next, we will get all of it into this one jar. If not, I'm going to probably have to go get another jar. Let's see here. And we still got 7 people in the chat. Madness is talking some more about the Roku. Max has given us a deal of the century on that. Especially with the future upgrades, I'm kind of liking that I'm not going to have to pay any additional to upload additional videos for being part of the Kickstart. I know after the Kickstart, it's probably going to be different pricing. So hopefully we get some good sponsors, some advertisement on it. We will see where things go. No worries, Nitro. You do what you got to do. I will see you when you get done eating. Have a good dinner. We are getting so close. It's bubbling. That's all the gases, because there's gases inside of the ABS. So there's pockets and not sure how long I'm going to do the live for. I figured we got to at least get the slurries done. Maybe I'll show you guys a little bit of the electronics that I've got set up for the boat. Everything except for the ESC, because I still haven't received the ESC yet. Once I get those in, it's not going to stop the process of the build, because I got a lot to do before I even need to put in electronics. So we're going to get everything built and ready to go. I just need to get this stuff done so we have the slurry and the glue so we can start the process after this stuff is ready. This stuff takes 24 hours to completely dissolve in here. They say it goes a little bit quicker cutting it up the way that I did. So now they say to do this and then shake it. And let me grab a mixer. Let's see, where do I got? Here it is. This is the one that I needed. Right. Get my rag. All right. One down. So we'll check on that here in a little bit. See here. See what all this stuff equates to. That piece. That. We got some more scrap right there. That hasn't even added anything yet. Yeah, so I need 20 grams of this stuff. That going. That. So I was kind of recommended to use this slurry for it. I've never done it before. And using the glue. So we're going to give it a shot, but that's why we kind of did 3 boats. The first one's going to be my tester boat. And then who knows what we're going to do with the third boat once we get the first 2 built. I will discuss that with Alan, my 3D printing guy, to see what his suggestion is. Now, overall, one of these boats is going to become his. The other one's going to be mine. What's up, Andrew? Welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. So that didn't even make or register yet, but I know it's got to get to like 4 pounds to register, or 4 ounces to register. So we will get these out of the way. And we'll get back to getting some of this ready to go. Guys, don't forget to share me out. Let's see where we're setting at there. Got this, that. Close. We're at 13 grams right now. So we just got to get another 7 more grams in there. We get that 7 grams, then we'll get the acetone poured into the next container. $20 grams. All right. Now let's slide all that off. Zero this back out. Change that over to milliliters. Get that poured on there. Zero out. And all right, so we're at 42, 45, 48, 49, 50. So you could actually mix this up for all different colors that you have. So if you have different projects you're working on, we don't need the scale out here no more. Like I'm probably going to have to do some for bonding to the red and the white that we're going to be using in this project also. All right. Before we get to this stuff, let's get this scrap in here. Then we'll make a label for this one that says the ABS slurry. Now they also have what they call ABS juice that you can make with this stuff. And that is used more for your 3D printer bed. So it's kind of like it makes it a little bit sticky to hold ABS down to your bed when you're printing. it might be something I might give a try, but I usually use glue sticks. The purple Elmer's glue sticks you can buy at the, for your kids' school and stuff like that. I'll buy that and use that and just put a coat of that on the bed of my glass bed of my 3D printer, and it works pretty good on my side. Some people will actually just use a painter's tape on their bed, and it helps, rough up the surface a little bit from the being a glass bed, and their print sticks to it. Not sure that it'll work with ABS, but with all the PLA stuff, I've seen that happen quite regularly. All right. Let's get some of this scrap. This stuff's really thin. I can just kind of break it with my fingers. Drop it in there. And with as thin as this is, it's probably going to dissolve pretty quickly into. So what I've been told about what the slurry is it's kind of looking, it's like working with a putty when it's all said and done. This one's a little bit thicker. This was the base that I'm doing right here on the back end, which is a little bit thicker material. Not much of a wrenching video, being that the only tools I'm using is some clippers, but I did break out a scale, did some measurements, performed math. We're doing a little science project. It's a good day in the neighborhood. It makes you wonder on if this works with 3D printing. I wonder how the slurries would work on fixing regular ABS pieces. Would it fuse it back together enough? Or is the type of ABS that they use in the 3D printing is different than like the ABS you would get from the mold injection style parts? Not sure what I use it on. I mean, most of the stuff I break is A-arms. You wouldn't really be able to fuse those back together and make them work again. But with my crawlers, that's a different story. They don't use A-arms. But if I broke a plastic piece on there, I wonder how a slurry would work to fix it. It might be something I might have to test. Some little scraps in here. We've been going for about 46 minutes. We still got 6 people in the house. That's pretty good. Especially since all I'm doing is making glue. For my art project. We are crafty today. Seems like working with this scrap's a lot harder than just cutting the pieces off of the filament over here. But we already calculated this scrap into our weight, so we're going to use it anyways. I will keep it in mind for any other slurries I need to make or glues, that the scraps are a pain in the butt. I'm sure with as thin as this stuff is, I could have just rolled it up in a ball and threw it in there, but make the process a little bit easier on this end because I got to still cut all of this and put it in there too. What's up, Dion? Welcome in. We are making ABS slurry for my boat project. I just made some ABS glue right here, so it's got to do in the set for 24 hours to get it turned into the glue. And we're going to have to do the same thing with the slurry here, which is going to be more of a paste. Right now I'm chopping up some ABS material and adding it to the 50 milliliters of acetone. This recipe to make it, I got off of one of the 3D printing websites. So there may be some adjustment I may need to do after this is all said and done. It may be too runny. It may be too thick, and we might have to add a little bit more acetone to it to thin it out. Or I may have to add some more of the ABS filament to thicken it up a little bit. We will see in 24 hours on how it looks. What you use the slurry for is to fix the gaps and grooves and imperfections on the surface of your 3D print. And Dion, by the way, I know you missed it earlier, so I'll show it to you. But this is the finished product of the hole itself. And this is what we're going to use the glue for. We're going to be putting some glue around the edging of this. And we'll get this bad boy glued together like that. And then we're going to take some acetone on a rag, and we're going to kind of rub over the top of this. The acetone kind of makes the plastic a little bit on the weak side, so it's going to kind of smooth everything out and seal it. And we'll get this all sealed. And then the slurry we will use to fix any imperfections that we might have, some weak spots, to kind of fix that up. Well, it doesn't want to set like that, so we will set it like that. Yes, so I'm going to talk about it a little bit after I get the rest of this chopped up and into the jar, but I do have the servos. I have a motor. I have batteries for it. And all the rest of the goodies. These are couplers for the drive shaft because, and what this is some metal stainless steel shaft that's going to go through right here on the hole out the back. And then you have the coupler that goes onto here that's going to couple your motor onto the other end. We have some O-rings that go on either side of the shaft for the seal so water doesn't get in. This is air tubing. And because the motor and the ESC are water jacket cooled, you've got to have those connected up because this system that we're going to install in here, and I'll show it to you guys in the video when I do it, has a built-in bilge pump that's going to pump any water through this whole thing. So it's going to take the water that's in the side chamber here, and it's going to pump it through the motor's jacket cooling and the ESC housing to keep it cool. And we'll talk about that in the video when I get to installing electronics. I'm actually thinking of doing kind of 3 videos. We're going to do a video on basically prepping the hole and everything for electronics. And then once I get all of that done, then we'll come out with a part 2 that's going to cover the electronics installation and finishing and tidying it up. And then we're going to do our first test run in my swimming pool in my backyard, just making sure everything works and that there's no leaks. And then the final video, if I don't include it in the second video, is we're going to take it out to a lake and give it a try. So this is the material we used. We used Overture ABS. This was a brand new spool. And this is what was left after printing all 3. So I believe this is 100 or 1,000 kilograms. So we're looking at probably maybe 800 kilograms, maybe 850 kilograms that we used to print all 3. So I guess if you can do the math. I know that other people that have printed it on one spool, they used not even half of a spool of filament to print everything. So really you could use a half a spool and print everything you need for the entire boat, not just this, but all the rest of the stuff too. All right. Let's see if we can do this a little quicker here. Nope. It's not going to be. I don't think that one little chunk flying over behind my workstation is going to kill me. Well, thank you for sharing me out, Dion. I appreciate it. Guess that's the wonders of having dual monitors with notification. Pops up on my screen here and tells me when people share me out. Poker Rossi in the house. Welcome in. I don't remember if I saw you earlier, but I appreciate you coming in. I don't think I said hi to you earlier, Poker, and if I missed you, I apologize. We're back to cutting more of this filament and getting it in here for the slurry. Oh, so Dion, what I'm doing is I'm making two different types of ABS. So this right here that I got in here is going to be ABS glue. As you can see, ABS glue. And what I'm going to use the glue for is to attach these two pieces together here. And any of the other pieces that I need to attach into here that require gluing, I'm going to use the ABS glue. So what ABS glue is, it does a lot different than regular glue. So because ABS glue is made with acetone, and acetone will actually melt this plastic, and that's what it's doing in here. It'll start melting it until and then it evaporates off. So with the glue, we can use it, and it's going to heat up the areas that I'm going to glue together, and it's going to fuse them together so it makes it one piece again. So with doing it that way, you get more of a bond and less issue or less chance of the glue not bonding in certain areas and you get a leak. The slurry is what I'm making in this one, which takes more of the ABS in it. So it's going to be thicker. It's going to be more like a putty based. And what I'm going to use that for is to fix imperfections on here. So even if you see here, I might be able to smooth some of this out and get rid of the lines that you see on here. And you can see some, especially right in this area, it's bulged out where it didn't 3D print very good. I can smooth that out with some acetone, but after I do that, I'm going to put a thin layer of the slurry over the top of it and kind of let it smooth out and dry, and it'll help fill it. If there's any leaks or anything on the seams, I'll be able to put some of that slurry there and rub it in and mold it like putty to fix those areas. So that's what I'm doing right now, is making these two, the glue and the slurry. I need to let it set for 24 hours in this bottle to get it to, you can see that there's still a lot that needs to get dissolved into making this glue. Same thing with the slurry, is it uses more ABS filament, so it's going to end up being thicker. So you got to and the reason why you cut it is because if I just to roll it up in one big chunk, it would take a lot longer for it to, I guess, liquefy in the container and turn it into the sludge that we need it to turn into to make the slurry. Now, we'll see how much of putty paste it's like once we get it all done. It may be like a thick glue. We will see. It may not be completely like putty, but this is my first time ever doing it. Backwood Boy Small Engine in the house. Thanks for stopping by and coming in. Appreciate you. We got 7 people watching, 13 thumbs up. Keep hitting that thumbs up and sharing me out, guys. I appreciate it. This was kind of just a pop-up live. I did put a notification out a little while ago, about 15 minutes prior to it, of going live. I didn't really, this wasn't planned. Been busy. My channel's been busy all week with this 3D print, so I haven't gone live. I was going to go live on yesterday, but I still had my 3D print live stream going on, so I decided I had a chance and there wasn't really much going on that I was able to get a live in right now, so I figured I'd go live for a little bit, and we'll see where it goes. My audio is still good with you guys? You guys can still hear me? Poker's giving me the thumbs up, so I'm assuming that's good on the audio. Haven't really tested out, but I know I posted it in the Discord for everybody that is in the Discord, but I've got a relocated my mic. Used to set on a stand over here, but actually I got a boom arm now that comes up and my mic is actually right here. So I brought it a little bit closer to me. Oh, Nitro Freak's back. How was dinner? Hopefully you got some yummies. Miss Chabs in the house. Welcome in, Miss Chabs. Thank you for stopping by. Oh, you've been back for a while? No worries. Very curious that Dion shows up, then Miss Chabs does. You two lovebirds behaving. I knew you'd get a kick out of that one, Nitro. I said it before you, Hot Rod. Normally you call him out on it. Well, if anybody is interested in coming up on the panel, let me know. I can always open it up. I got a lot of clipping and chucking into this container. That's really all I'm working on. Looks like everybody's saying hi to Miss Chabs, and Miss Chabs is saying hi to everybody. So we got 9 people watching, 14 thumbs up. That's good. It's good for not really planning this out for me. Oh, Hot Rod's on it now. Well, I can see why people like tend to print in their, when they print their they tend to stick with certain colors when they're printing, so they don't have to do this so often, because this is definitely tedious to make this stuff. I'm going to have to order some of this blue just to start doing everything in blue, so I make sure I use up all of this slurry and glue. I guess I could have made a smaller batch if I did the math. But instead, I just went off of this guy's directions that he posted in. I can tell you guys the website I went to. It's off of madhackers.com. It's their suggestion on how to make ABS glue and slurry. And they also have the ABS juice on there if you wanted to make that too. The juice is more used for when you're actually 3D printing and putting it on the bed, so you make it a little bit sticky for the ABS to stick to your bed. Should gotta burp this again. So when it's fusing to make this glue, it does make a gas in there that you got to let out, or it starts to bulge the top up a little bit. Let me close this out. All right. Jeremy T in the house. No worries, Jeremy. Saying that he had some friends stop by. It's all good. Family, friends, I guess. They all come first, dude. I don't get to make everybody's live streams all the time because I got family stuff I got to do and honey-do lists, but I always go back and rewatch everybody's streams. Man, it actually took me like almost 2 weeks to get before I finally made it to one of Nitro's first streams. Hot Rod, it's Facebook official, dude. Facebook official, that means it's happening. No worries, Thompson. You do what you got to do. I'll be here clipping and chugging. We're getting closer. I am excited to get going on this boat and see how it performs. I just got to remember I got to take my time with it, not rush through it. Don't make no mistakes. Make this thing good so I don't have to go back and refix if I make a mistake. There's water involved in this, so if I make a mistake and it starts to flood, might be an expensive mistake, having to buy new electronics. I do have some really nice micro servos because these use micro servos for steering the back end, the shroud on the rear for controlling your direction of your boat. But I'm actually not putting them in at first. I'm going to use what they call an Emax servo, which is still it's a 14 grams. Yeah, it's a 14 gram servo. So it's still plenty. They require at least 9 grams to steer it. So I got plenty there. But I'm going to test it out. If I don't get any issues with it and it works, then we're fine. But if I do need some help because it's not steering properly, then I'm going to put in one of my Reefs RC 99 micros in it, which those little servos are beasts in my crawlers. I think that they will be probably an overkill in these boats because all it is just steering that shroud in the water. And I'll show you guys the shroud in the video. And I'm sure I'll have during the process of building it, you guys will probably see it on my live streams because it'll be probably setting on a fixture on this workbench for a while. Not sure how long this project's going to take. I know I got about 2 weeks before the ESC is going to be here, so I got at least the next 2 weeks on working on getting the hull squared away, getting the rest of these 3D printed parts ready to go. I got to build the injector motor for it. Not sure what that term is. I'm sure if I read the manual fully, it would tell me the actual terminology for it. I know it's not a propeller because it's different than like an outboard motor that would be installed on a boat. This is like a jet motor. Hopefully my noise cancellation is canceling that out, but it sounds like my wife's running a vacuum. Kind of want to take a knife and just Ginsu this thing up into pieces to throw it in here. I am getting so tired of clipping. think I signed up for too much. It's all good. We'll get through it. We're getting there. I think I'm almost done with the first batch. I didn't turn my noise off on my phones. RC Corn Freaks, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you. Thompson, you're back. Thanks for coming back. What's everybody else doing? Everybody wrenching or something? Getting there. Thompson says he's doing dishes. Well, somebody's got to do them. See here. So from RC Corn Freaks, hi, my name is Liz. I am the one who films and edits and runs the channel. My fiance, Corn Freak, runs the cars. Sweet. Not sure that I've checked out your channel before. I will definitely have to jump on and check it out. Hot Rod's waiting on Dion to make Miss Chav's breakfast. Well, Les, I appreciate you stopping by. You're welcome in here at any time. Well, you go live every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. How'd you find my channel, RC Corn Freaks? Oh, okay. There is a lot of RC guys on here right now. There's Thompson's RC, great channel. You got Nitro Freak, who has a great channel, and he does lots of live streams, talks about everything from RCs to what's going on in the world today in drama. I'm kidding, Nitro. That's just a punch at you. But he talks about everything. It's pretty good. But he does a lot of fifth scale nitro or fifth scale gas. He has done nitro in the past. You got Hot Rod 67 RC, who is also into the fifth scales. He doesn't really go as live as much, but he started. He just did a live, I believe it was yesterday for a little bit. So you definitely will want to go check out his channel. That is true. There is live streams every night. Like tonight is Wednesday night. There's Scale Builders Guild and Harley Designs goes live. You got CCXRC was yesterday, but for sure there's a lot going on throughout the week. Not to mention both those big channels, they all have their own personal live streams they do, and then they do theirs together. But I appreciate you stopping by and checking me out. Currently, what I'm working on, RC Corn, is I'm making a ABS slurry right here for, you can see my RC boat that's right here that I 3D printed on my channel for the last 4 days. I got the holes done. There's 3 of them. There's 2 more down here. But I've got a glue that I did earlier on my stream. This glue is going to be used to actually glue these 2 pieces here together. And then the slurry is going to be used to help fix any imperfections on it. So right now what I'm working on is just getting this ready, and then I got to let it set for 24 hours and let it do its work. John Paul, thanks for coming in. Welcome in. If you're still in here, Liz, I will definitely go check your channel out. Probably later on tonight after my stream. Oh. Well, Liz, that is actually one of my favorite subjects. I've got 11 SCX 24s up here. I've got a TRX 4M Defender, and I also have 2 new ones to my channel, which are the FMS Smashers, the 2 new ones that they came out with. I have setting up here too. I have Furatech builds. I've got a lot. Well, I appreciate you popping in and checking out the channel. It's always great meeting new people in the RC community. I actually did a whole series a while back about the Red Cat Gen 8 because I used to have 2 of them. And we did all kinds of modifications and upgrades to them before I moved on to some different crawlers and ended up needing space on my rack. You can see behind me here. So I had to end up parting with my 2. Oh, Jason's RC? Yes. That's one of the guys that I think I met him through CCXRC, met him through Tony, and started watching his channels. I started watching him when him and his, I want to say it was either his dad or his father-in-law, they would do those Sunday crawl challenges where they would go run on his crawler course that he built in his basement. But yes, I am subbed to his channel. I was actually in Jason's chat a couple of days ago when he was streaming. He had a panel, had some people up there. I think Rock Wolf was up on the stream too. John Paul says he needs to get himself a 3D printer. Yep, I think it's probably like the funnest toy to have because you can just whatever you think of. I 3D printed some shot glasses for me and my buddies just to say we did it. Yeah, he did like a 4-hour and 20-minute long live. Maybe that's where you found me at because I was talking a lot in the panel for a while. I wasn't on the panel, but I was in the chat. You too, Liz, and I will check out your channel and I'll comment. I appreciate you stopping by and giving me a check out. Hopefully you come back. You guys are more than welcome. If you guys come back and I open up the panel, you guys can jump up on our panel and talk for a little bit. You too, Liz. Have a great one. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you. Talk to you guys soon. Hey, Poker, you going live tonight? Oh, I totally missed it. Thanks for stopping in, Jim. RiggsFamilyRC. Everybody should go check out his channel. He just got one of those Losi Pro Motos, and him and his son are having a blast playing with it. Looks like we've been going for about 7 minutes or 87 minutes. Wow. Dyslexia just kicked it. Yeah. See, I got mine right here, Jim. It's one of the three is sitting right here. What I'm doing right now is I'm making some ABS glue. And then this is going to be the ABS slurry to start working on this for my next video. So I'm chopping up some ABS to throw into some acetone to make the slurry. We're definitely going to see how far what kind of limits I can take this RC boat to once I get it going. You know, I picked the biggest motor the guy recommended to put in this thing to put in here. And I had one of those Tim the Toolman Taylor moments of when I bought the ESC for it, because everybody was buying the 70 amp ESC and I was like, why not get the next one bigger? So I got the 90 amp ESC coming. So we'll see. I might get addicted and I might have to build a bigger boat. Oh, we're getting close to the finish here. Said I need to design a tool that'll just and feed it through and clip it off for me. Oh, we are one thumbs up away from hitting the 20 thumbs up, people. Super one-handed RC. What's up, buddy? Thank you for stopping by. This is all I got left, Hot Rod. This is all I got left. And then I'm done chopping up and making the slurry. Now it looks like we got 12 people in the stream now. Liz, I'm really heading out this time, but I shared your link to for your live. Hope you get a few more in here. I appreciate it, Liz. Thank you very much. You have an awesome day. Don't work too hard. We are almost done making this ABS slurry, and then we got let it set for the 24 hours, and then we'll check it tomorrow and see what kind of slurry we made for this this new 3D printed boat. All right, Super Left-Handed RC, what I'm making is, I've already made this, and it's got a set for 24 hours, but I made ABS glue. And this one here is going to be an ABS slurry. I don't have the label printed up. But the project I've been working on, and I printed, it's actually all up on my channel, is I 3D printed an RC speedboat. This is a 10th scale speedboat. And what I need to do is I need a glue to put around here to glue these two pieces together to seal it up. And that's what I'm actually doing is I got the glue for it. The slurry is used to help fix imperfections on the boat. So we're going to have that. I'm going to be able to go through and fix the imperfections on it. So decided I was going to do a live. I figured might as well have something to do while I'm in the live. So I'm getting this all prepped and ready to go. It's got a set for 24 hours to dissolve all of this. It's basically made with ABS filament and acetone. And this actually works better than using regular glue because it actually infuses the two pieces of plastic together versus just trying to glue them and stick them together. So we have a higher chance of not having any leaks around that seam utilizing the glue. So with cutting up this filament, we're almost done. You got to stick a Bidsford in it. Well, Jim, this is the motor that I got. It is it's a Surpass Rocket. It is water jacket cooled. So it's got a water jacket that goes around it and it has an inlet and outlet port that I can run hoses on to run to the bilge pump that's going to be here that's going to pump water through that. And also the ESC that's coming is also got water jacket cooling that we're going to pipe that through. So it's going to pipe water through all of it to help keep the electronics cool inside of this closed compartment while it's running on the lake. So I've seen a couple of people build this boat on YouTube. I've seen people play with them on YouTube, but not a lot of people go into details on how it was built. Not even the guy that manufactured it and designed this boat, which is MJet. He gives you a lot of details on his Facebook page, but not a lot of details in the video. They just kind of shows quickly through the process. We're going to do this a little bit different, and that's why I actually showed the entire process and streamed it live to my YouTube channel of 3D printing these holes, all three of them, which took about 4 days to print. It was crazy on how long it took to print it, but it printed all three holes. And currently right now, we're not going to stream the rest of the parts being 3D printed. Those are currently being printed right now because there's going to be multiple colors. The theme to all three of these boats is going to be red, white, and blue, America. Probably going to throw some SK Hobby stickers on it, do some custom striping on it, utilizing my Cricut over, actually on the screen, it's right there, my Cricut. We'll get some vinyl cut out to put on it, and then I'm going to actually seal up over the top of everything. Should look pretty cool when we're done. And hopefully I don't wreck it. What can go wrong? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up on your guys' way in. Don't forget to share me out. I appreciate everybody that's stopping by to say hi to me and talk to me in the chat. We are almost done clipping this ABS. Then we're going to do a little bit of a mixing on it, shake it up, and then we got to do what's called burping because it does create gas inside of these containers. So we have to vent that pressure out so we don't end up having the top go pop and fly off. Got a new 4K webcam that for the studio. It's sitting in front of me. Looks like everything's a little bit more clear. The other one kept messing up on me. The autofocus started really messing up to where all of a sudden I noticed that I was blurry. And then I'd have to do the whole hold your hand up and bring it back. And so when I bought that webcam, it was supposed to be a 4K webcam, but the manufacturer lied. I was not able to get any kind of 4K. And we're not even running 4K really on this. We can only run, I think, 1080p on StreamYard. But the 4K, I want that details 4x videos so you can get a nice, clear, crisp picture. We are also working on getting some upgraded 4K cameras for the 3D printer. So if we ever do any more live stream 3D prints, it'll be a lot better picture quality moving forward. You have a good evening too, Jim. Thank you for stopping by. I will see you next month at the AZRC Bashers event. We're done. We finished. We finished clipping. All right, so now we got to kind of see if you guys can see it on what we're looking at here. So all of that is starting to melt and turn into a putty. You give that about 24 hours of setting in there, and it's all going to, and it almost looks like I could use this as a paint. All right. See what we're looking here. Oh, they dropped the GoPro 12 yesterday, huh? Not quite sure I'm going to buy another GoPro. I've got the 11. Yep, see, most of this is already dissolved. So we're getting there. Still a little bit of goop at the bottom. If you guys don't have a set, these things are freaking awesome. So I have an old actually got it when I was in the military. They were throwing it out, but it was a set of dental tools that they used in the military. And these little things, they're awesome for steering. I've got all kinds of different sizes and picks and stuff like that. They make really good tools and they're easy to clean. What's up, Ray? Welcome into the stream. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up on your way in. All right, so now I need to print out the label for the next one here. ABS slurry and print. All right. All right, so now we got it labeled ABS slurry. So now we let those set for 24 hours. Oh. Still have my dental tools from the Navy too. Used mine for welding, checking in inspections on welds. Yeah, actually, I used them for when I was soldering and repairing solder boards and traces and everything. I used them to help excavate down into the board and putting in the glue and mixing the epoxy up that you got to do to refill the boards. That's what I used them for. And I actually, when I went to school and got the training to do it for the Navy, I actually went down to dental on the base and asked if they were throwing away any of their old dental tools, and they gave me actually a couple of sets. And I had one on the boat, I had one at home, and then I had given one to a friend of mine that was also in the school. And when I got out of the Navy, I still had it. So boats. I haven't opened up the actual motors yet, but I guess I could open one up and we could see what it looks like. I haven't really looked at them up close yet. Let's see what we got in here. So that's the motor. And then this is the water jacket that goes on it. So it's got O-rings on either side that kind of seal it in. And then you have your inlet and your outlet. And it just kind of pushes onto the motor. I will probably put some new grease on. Get that O-rings coming out of the groove there. There it goes. Have a good one, Ray. We'll talk to you later. So it just sets on like that. And so while this is sitting in there, it's using the water in your pool or the lake or ocean that you're playing with it in. It uses it as a heat sink, basically. It also comes with a couple of spare sets of O-rings if you need them. And that's the motor. This is a 2150 kV motor, or the 3660 size. Brushless motor with a jacket for RC boats. So it's a 2150 kV motor. So we'll see what kind of power and how that kind of sets in there. Is I got to still get the 3D printed motor mount for it, but it's going to kind of set in just like this. You see there, and then there'll be a coupler right here going to the shaft. That's going to be sticking through the impeller that's right here. Get that put back in here. Battery-wise, we picked up some Ovonic 22. See right there, they're 22 mAh Ovonics. They're 4S batteries. We're going to be running 4S in it. I have some small 3S batteries that we're going to do our initial tests on, and then we're going to step it up to 4S. I am going to set this up to run on XT60 connectors. So, and then I'm going to use kind of like a piece of rubber sleeving that's going to go over and zip tie on each end of the connector, just in case water gets in there. The ESC is water cooled. The only other thing that's going to be in there that could be an issue will be the receiver. And I'm going to work on utilizing a balloon to cover the receiver, and then there'll be a zip tie on the end that will help, protect the receiver from getting any kind of water in there. And then basically the balloon will be on the end, and then I'm going to wrap a zip tie around it as tight as I can go to keep it from any water getting into the receiver side. The receivers I am going to use will have antennas, so I'll have an antenna that is sticking out the same way as where the wires are coming out of. So we'll see how that works. Hopefully I don't get any interference, and we'll see about the distances that I can get. I'm not really going to, because of how I have to tie this up with the receiver, I'm not going to be able to do too much changing out of that receiver unless I want to destroy a balloon and put a new receiver in. So whatever we put in the boat's going to be what's going to get installed in there. I am going to do some testing on the different controllers I have to see about distances. We're just not going to do them with the boats. We're going to do them with RCs on the land. So I'm going to go for probably about another 10 minutes. We are about an hour and 50 minutes into the stream. Still got 9 people watching strong. I'm only going to run this for about 2 hours, and then we'll see who else is going live, and we can jump into their lives. I did what I needed to do. I got the slurry made. Kind of told you guys a little bit about the electronics and the process. Anybody else got any questions? Who's going live next? Anybody going live? What's next on the Wednesday agenda, Thompson? Well, you'll be coming in a little late, Alan. You'll have to rewatch the stream. I'm only going to be on for about another 9 minutes. God, it doesn't look like anybody's live. Wednesday's not a good day for people to go live, is it? Well, Capio's live, but I mean, the Scale Builders Guild's stream and Harley Designs live stream takeover doesn't start for another hour. Oh, you just woke up from your old man nap. Alan, all I did was I just showed everybody the boats. Alan's the one that everybody's been talking to in my live streams that have been popping in there about everything. I made some ABS slurry. So we got some ABS in that one. And then I also did some ABS glue. We're going to use the glue to fuse these two pieces together. And then after we start trying to work on some of the imperfections, we may be using some of the slurry to fix some of those other issues. Everything works out in our favor on that, then we'll have 3 good boat hose. Still got 9 people in the stream, 21 thumbs up. It's a good stream for me. I know eventually my streams will start getting a little bit bigger, especially if people are wanting to come and check out these boats. Oh, Sergeant J, that's right. He used to do a Wednesday live stream. And normally he pops into my stream and says hi before he starts his up. But I haven't heard anything from him. Let's see here. I am looking right now to see if he's got anything. I'm not sure if Nitro's going live. He said before that he was going to take Tuesdays and Wednesdays off and maybe do one Thursday or Friday, but I believe he said that Wednesdays were his slow days on his streams. So I'm not quite sure. We might have to ask him in the Discord if he's going live. Why am I not seeing Sergeant J? Trying to find him in my long list here. I guess I should just search for him. Might be easier. I'm subbed to like 580 channels right now. I'm sure that everybody else is like, Nitro's probably got thousands of them that he's subbed to. All right, I'm just going to search for it. I can't find his channel at all. You said you can't find it, Thompson? I just searched for it, and there's a Chief Chief Beardsley tagged him. But I don't see any of his, I don't see his channel up. I wonder what happened to his channel. Yeah, because I don't see it anywhere. Might have to go see if I still have him on Facebook and message him. I wonder if his channel got taken down. I know he's popped into Nitro's stream quite a few times. Maybe Nitro knows what's going on with his channel. Let's see if I can find Chief Beardsley's channel and see what he's got. There's Chief Beardsley. All right. Oh, I didn't even see that. I'm sorry, Poker. You're subbed to 990 channels? Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I'm at 539 channels and still growing. It's people like that pop into my channel every once in a while, like RC Corn Freaks, which I'm not subbed to their channel. So I will definitely have to check them out because I do like the SCX 24s. RC Corn Freak. Well, they don't really have a lot of subscribers. They've only got about 170 subscribers. But they are doing a live stream, and they're streaming for about between 2 to 4 hours. They have a couple of them that they did on a Monday night but they're doing some regular streams and they're getting a lot of views, like 185 to 127 views. That's more views than I get on my live streams. So I'm definitely going to have to check them out. I subscribed. Appreciate them for stopping by my channel. But all right, I hit the 2-hour mark, guys. I appreciate all of you guys for stopping in and watching me make some ABS glue and slurry. Talked a little bit about the boats and the motors. Appreciate everybody. Don't forget to start looking at everybody else that's in the channel. Superhand RC, I will try to check out your channel too, and see what you got to offer. Don't forget to check out RiggsFamilyRC. Don't forget to check out Thompson's RC. Poker Rossi does some awesome live streams. Nitro Freak, Hot Rod 67's channel. I appreciate everybody. Raymond, thank you for coming in. Don't forget to check out Atomic RC also. I love all you guys. Thank you for stopping by. I'm Stitch, SK Hobbies AZ, and I'm out.